Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, we're back.
Alright, hey, this is Nyla.
And Katie.
And this is...
Take note!
Oh
Oh my god.
Okay. Do you want to restart that, or do you want to just keep on?
Well, now we have to restart.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, like, restart the jingle. You know, like, should we, like, you know, like, take note, like, you know, should we synchronize this?
I think that no.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, they already know. But yes, we've been gone for another while.
Yeah, you know, shit happens. You know, you guys, if you do stuff...
Things just
it'd be like that sometimes, you know?
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, it truly does be like that sometimes.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about two iconic, legendary, excellent, beautiful, iconic. Did I say that already?
No, I don't think you said that.
Well, they are iconic. They are Mr. Hozier and Ms.
Okay. You are not hallucinating right now.
Yeah, no, this is not a fever dream. This is real life. Pinch yourself. You're not dreaming.
Okay. Last week, Hozier came out with his new EP, Nina Cried Power. And I cried in general.
Highly anticipated. He had one...
album.
Yeah, self-titled Hozier. He had some live performances on Spotify, which are excellent. Definitely give those a listen. I just, his music is like Starbucks music.
Don't fucking say that.
I'm not reducing him to a Starbucks, but you know what I mean when I say that. But it's good. It's fall. It's the very essence of fall. I love the timing in which he released this. The cover art's so dope.
My Pumpkin Spice King.
Not that, but anyway. Yes, I hope that this is a prelude to a future possible album.
Yes, I think he said something about that. There's, his second album will be, like, sometime early next year.
Yeah, I believe wasn't his prior album, that was, like, 4 years ago or something, right?
Yes, that was 2014 that came out.
Yeah.
I remember that moment definitively in my life.
I remember...
Sophomore year of high school, that was, like... album was, like...
That's something I'd like to forget.
Well, no, I just mean in terms of that album. Beautiful. Pulled me through those depressing moments.
Yeah, I wasn't honestly that crazy about Take Me to Church. Everyone's like, oh my god, you need to listen to this song, and I was like... Okay.
You ever heard of Take Me to Church?
It's kind of avant-garde. Maybe you've heard of it. No, but I think that there are much better songs on that album. Jackie and Wilson, To Be Alone, Work Song.
Yeah, Work Song.
Cherry Wine, I don't think that was on it.
Someone New, I loved
Yeah, it's Someone New. Under fucking rated.
I'm trying to
by the way.
what else.
Challenge.
Yeah, like... Take Me to Church is not even in his top 5 best songs. To be
honestly,
honest. It's a good song, but
it's just over. Honestly, the radio just kind of overdid that one for me, and that's what sucks. Like, I hate to sound pretentious, but like, they'll take songs that I like and then just hammer them to death.
That's why I don't even listen to the radio that much anymore.
I can't. Yeah. I'm not saying that to sound like entitled or like I'm above it. Like, I'll play it if it's on, but like, I don't sit down and listen to today's hits. That sounded so lame.
I know, that sounded so I only listen to the 1975.
I listen to them on my own terms. Like, I like some of those songs that are on today's hits. I just have to listen to them on my own.
I can't listen to the radio. I can only listen to certain songs from the radio.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying everything's bad. Okay,
but continuing on, Hozier for a while was absent, but not from social media. He would post on Twitter, I believe, a little frequently.
But just, like, in general, like, you don't really see, like, him doing any appearances, really.
Yeah, his last single that came out was, like, for the movie Tarzan in 2015. I never listened to the song. I'm assuming that it still slaps.
It's probably good.
Because it's Hozier. But, yes, he said a few months ago that he was working on new music, so fingers were crossed, and then Nina Cried Power came out, and we are going to be delivering our thoughts and our opinions on an EP, because I don't want to give too much away about how I feel.
Yeah.
Unless you follow me on Twitter, in which case you probably already know how I feel.
Yeah. Cover art, like I said, really dope. I don't really get the name of it. It probably means something to him and him only.
Oh, I think I gathered the name because when I was reading about like the title track of it, Nina Cried Power, which features Mavis Staples. He was basically that song, like he's naming off a bunch of people that like I guess influenced him or were very impactful towards him. So Nina, like I'm assuming Nina Simone.
Oh, cool.
You know, he mentions James Brown.
Nice.
You know? So like it's a very powerful song. The music video is also very powerful.
Yeah, he just has like a very soulful voice, very resonant. I feel like this, like it's one of those songs, like you know how some songs you have to listen to with headphones? This delivers that same experience even if you're not listening to it with headphones, which I thought was really cool. Like even listening to it in the car, I was into it.
Yes, because song mixes can sound like shit in cars.
Yeah, especially if there's like certain things integrated in the songs that are meant to, like if you're like listening to Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like easy come, easy go, like you know,
the panning of the vocals. Yes, but I loved this, like the sporadic drum beat throughout. Like it just really this is such an epic song to me. I love it. It's a great opener. A great way to go. Welcome back. Yeah, generally I don't like it when artists, like if they've been gone for a long time, I don't like it when they like produce an EP and then an album after. I'd rather just like wait for the whole album. I don't know, that's just like my preference, but I wasn't like, obviously I'm still gonna listen to it, like I'm not gonna like be salty about it. But yeah, so first song, Nina Cried Power, featuring Mavis Staples. Was fantastic. Fabulous. I thought that it's a really great way to open up the EP. I like the how like this album cover kind of has, or EP cover has more like cool tones as opposed to like the warm tones. Yes, I didn't even really think about that. Which I don't know if that has any meaning or if he just likes the color blue, if it's not that deep at all, but I think it's very like refreshing. And in the cover art he is very deep in it because he is submerged underwater and screaming. So maybe it is meant to be that deep. Yeah. The meta. Amazing. His mind. Nothing Fucks With My Baby. My favorite song off the EP for sure. This is what I mean when I say like you don't have to listen to it with headphones to get that same like experience. This song, it's just so like eerie and like oh my god, I just love how it like it almost, it's a rare song that builds during the chorus without doing anything really. There's not much of anything that happens in it. But suddenly it's just like the weight of everything within it feels so much like heavier. And I love, you know, like I think another wonderful thing about Hozier is the fact that he can not only be, you know, like in Nina Cried Power, he's very like, power, you know, like he's like shouting at times. But during this one's very recluse compared to that one. And he doesn't, like, he's got a great tone, great voice. He doesn't need to, like, pull out all those crazy things in order to get the job done on a song. And I think this is very evident of that. Moments Silence, Common Tongue. I really liked this one as well. God. This song, this is my favorite one currently off of the I'd say, this is probably my second favorite. I just like the guitar tone and like the way that it changes about throughout the whole song, and also like the part where it's like, no, it's on me. Like when it just like everything kind of goes out except for his voice. Oof. Ugh. And then Shrike, this probably of the 4 songs reminds me the most of the Hozier self-titled album. Like I feel like this song could have easily fit into that album as well. It's just like classic Hozier. He knows what sounds good and he's giving the people what they want basically. This one, not my favorite just because like I'm not saying that any of them are bad, I'm just saying of the 4 this one was the least exciting to me. The other 3 were very different and I kind of like that artistic progression. Like I look for that when I see like new pieces of music from an artist, and I just didn't really feel that with Shrike. But it's still a great song, like, I'm never gonna skip it, but I'm just, like, not as, like, amazed or, like, shocked by it. Yeah, that's a bit of, like, there is a bit of clarification needed in terms of Hozier. Like, I don't think he's ever come out with a song that I've disliked. He's
True.
just come out with songs that are all either at the very least good,
yeah,
and at the very most
excellent,
phenomenal.
yeah.
You know, like, and Shrike is an example of a good song.
Yeah.
You know.
Nothing groundbreaking, especially for him. But, I mean, it's on there. He got to 4, which would qualify an EP.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me wonder if it was, like, scrapped from the original one. I don't think so.
I feel almost like it was a nice closer for, you know, Hozier.
Closier.
Yeah. Like, I just felt like it was a nice closer to this little collection of songs, because I feel like if he had ended off with Moment's Silence, it would have been a little, like, too, like, okay, we're, like, going out with a bang, but, like, Shrike is very nice and easing into it. I also like the fact that his accent kind of pulls through, like, in those, like, find it.
Yeah, I feel like also, but, like, just in, like, the placement of the EP, like, yes, the name of the EP is called Nina Cried Power, but I feel like having Shrike almost as the beginning, like, the first song on the EP could have also been a, like, choice to make, because if you're listening to it, like, sequentially, like, listening to that album and then having that be a transition to, like, newer, more, like, out there kind of music, especially for him, I feel like that could have been interesting as well. Obviously, like, it would make sense to have Nina Cried Power be, like, the first song, as it's, like, the name of the EP, but that could have also been an option. I'm not sure what his rationale was behind the order. I don't think it's that deep. I think he just kind of picked 4 songs and they put it on there, but something I would have thought about.
I wouldn't doubt it if he ended up putting Nina Cried Power on the album, or at least one of the other ones too.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's what he did with, like, his other EPs. He would, like, release, like...
experiment, see what the people, like, put on there. That's smart, though. Mm-hmm. Which I think that's why The Neighborhood kind of did that too, to see, like, public reaction, see what would do well, which I think it's nice. It kind of gives the listener kind of a say in what goes into the album based on public appeal, which I thought it's kind of smart. Next up,
what was it called? Marina,
wait, hold on.
I think it was Mariner's apartment complex.
Mariner's apartment complex. Marina's fuck.
We're thinking about Marina.
This came out on Wednesday. September 12th.
Oh, I didn't even... This week has gone by so fast that it feels like
it was a blur.
Day, like 2 days, actually.
Oh, yeah, no, it was because that was the same day American Horror Story came out, and the witches were they were fed.
Yeah,
they were fed. She definitely has been more prolific lately with her music. Like, she's always kind of been prolific.
In a good way.
Yeah, post Ultraviolence, she's been quite prolific. She had Honeymoon, which...
I was
not my favorite. Like she's, like, also like Hozier in that she always produces quality music. It just, like, some is better than the other. Lust for Life, I thought that was an excellent album through and through. And I have a feeling, based on this song, this one's also going to be quite good. The cover art is beautiful. It's very simplistic. You know, it's that standard Lana Del Rey, just her looking pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Kind of cover art, which, I mean, hey, it works. It's her brand. The new album is supposed to be coming out early 2019, from what I've heard.
Is there
there's supposed to be
to it yet?
Not that I've heard, and I think later in September there's supposed to be another single, if I'm correct. I forgot. It was something... I forgot what it was.
This one was produced by Jack Antonoff, I think, of
Bleachers. Cool.
The cutie.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, we love Jack
We love
Antonoff
him. Who doesn't? But yeah, I think the name is also one of those things that, like, she kind of gets. Like, it's probably very personal, because we're all just kind of like, what? Showcases her, I don't know, just, like, her beautiful tone. Very...
I just love that.
I'm grasping.
Yeah.
Just, like...
very, like, somber, you know?
Which
like,
is standard for her, but this is also kind of very refreshing in that, like, it's not Really, like, sometimes Lana Del Rey, like, the problem, like, I love her music, but I can't listen to it all in one sitting. Like, I need to change it up with something more upbeat, just because it is all very sultry, very moody, angsty, and I'm not someone who could just sit and listen to that all the time unless I'm in the mood. This is very nice in that it's a little bit more, like, fluid. It's not so much, like, I'm grasping at straws right here, but, like, it's not so much, like, a downer in that, I don't know, it could be, I
think from what I've heard of Lana Del Rey in the past, because I have listened to
from
quite a bit of Born to Die and, like,
Ultraviolence, Paradise.
Yeah, but with those, like, a lot of her past work has been, like, very, like, reverb heavy, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, like, you can hear, like, when she sings, it's very, like, almost like it sounds like she's in, like, a pretty spacious room.
Or, like,
this one, I like how it starts off very, like, you know, like, I think there's a piano and an acoustic guitar in her voice, and it sounds rather dry, and not in a bad way. And then, like, as the song goes on, little bits and pieces get added in, and, like, it becomes much more, like, it sounds like, oh, you know, yes, that beautiful landscape, but it never gets too overbearing like her other stuff.
Yeah.
So it feels like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and also I notice a lot of, like, in her prior stuff, always, like, with Lana Del Rey, the production value is excellent. Like, there's always just, like, some added elements. Like, in 13 Beaches, in Lust for Life, there was, like, a little bit of dialogue from an old movie. She'll, like, do some, like, very, like, grandiose stuff, especially with, like, Paradise and Born to Die. Like, Bel Air has this, like, very intricate and beautiful piano sequence. This was definitely more of a stripped-down version in that there wasn't really... I'm not saying that it's lacking in production quality, it was just, like, very more toned down, and it really allowed it to showcase her vocals, which I thought was really nice. I think that's why this is a lot more refreshing and just, like a lot lighter compared to some of her other stuff.
Yeah, overall, I think that this gets me excited for what she's coming with next. I'm hoping that she brings some more stuff like this where it is different than her other stuff. Because I feel like there's been, like, slight variations in, like, her sound, but this is definitely something that I guess captivates me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like what I honestly hope for in her next album is something that kind of catches the listener off guard. Something that is not standard for her, because she has released, 4 albums so far?
Yes, because I know Paradise was kind of like just a little additional EP.
Born to Die, all that, but you know what to expect, basically. Like, obviously she changes it up in that she knows what works well with her voice, but if you listen to some of her unreleased tracks, like Queen of Disaster, Prom Night, whatever, that song, you can hear that her voice is actually quite versatile. I don't think she allows herself to really delve into or, like, experiment as much as I think she should, or I think that people would enjoy. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for in this next album. I don't really expect it to, but, you know, I will I will be cautiously optimistic, and that hopefully she switches it up. I mean, like, just, like, based on this, I think that there will be something different. I don't know what's going to be different, but I think it will be a change of pace. And, yeah.
When you mentioned, like, the versatility of her voice, I thought of, like, little moments in Off to the Races. Like, you know, like, the parts where, like, at the end of the choruses, she would, like, say that.
Yeah.
You know, like, those kinds of moments, like, I think it'd be nice to have, like, a little more personality, a little more, like, you know, different things going on.
Yeah, like, I think also something else, like, Florida Kilos. Florida Kilo, that one, yeah. I feel like that one was, like, based off of Ultraviolence. I think, personally, that's probably my favorite album, I think, by her.
Oh, Ultraviolence?
Yeah, that one's...
Oh, yeah.
It has a lot of, like, just very moody ballads to it.
That one felt very refined. Like, I loved the opening of, like, Cruel World with, like, that guitar.
Guns. Yeah.
Like, oh, iconic.
Mhm. But yeah. Hopefully, like, I would like to see a more, like, stripped down kind of version, but also hopefully something a little bit more upbeat. Like, maybe just, like, sprinkled in a little bit more upbeat, but overall kind of, like, not so much focusing on, like, the very grandiose, like, kind of orchestrations that she tends to kind of rely on in some of her songs. I would like to see, like, a more, like, acoustic, kind of, like, chill, and just, like, really let her vocals shine through in this album, which I think would be great for her.
Yeah, like, give me what I thought Lust for Life was going to be. Like,
Yeah,
just based off the album art, you know, because, like, the album art made it seem like, oh, yes, you know, she's smiling. Like, it was very strange, actually, for me to see her smile like that.
She looked beautiful.
You know, like, I'd love to see, like, that kind of reflection of her happiness. You know, something like love. Like, I think that's what I'm thinking about. Like, you know, you know, that.
Mm-hmm.
Very poor imitation. But.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, I'm excited to see. I hope she has some really cool collaborations coming up. Mm-hmm. I loved all the collabs. Like, she hadn't, like, prior to this, prior to Lust for Life, she really didn't, like, collab with anyone. Then Lust for Life came out, and it was, like, The Weeknd, A$AP Rocky, Stevie Nicks, some other person, some Lennon, I don't know.
Oh, Sean Lennon.
Yeah, it was just like, whoa, like so many cool collaborations. So I hope that there's at least like one or two Borns. If that happens, that'd be so dope.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense too because of the fact that
they work well together.
Yeah.
I think that their voices blend beautifully.
And it'd be nice to see, because I feel like when they did sing together, like that one, I feel like they could have done so much more. With their like, I feel like it could have felt more like a collaboration. So hopefully, there's actually like kind of a
like them singing at the same time.
That
would be ideal.
Fantastic. I don't know. Now I'm just thinking about Borns.
Oh, I love him.
Sweet dreams.
Okay. And before we go off on any more tangents, any final thoughts?
Overall, I'm very excited for Hozier. Very excited for Lana Del Rey. I think that they both really came through with these releases, especially Hozier. I was waiting. I was thirsting for this man to come out of the woods with his nectar berries in hand and his lute in hand, ready to
barefoot
sing. If we had a Hozier Florence Welch collaboration, the world would collapse.
The world would stop
spinning. We also
spinning.
don't deserve that.
We're not
we're
worthy.
A terrible world. We don't deserve that. But that's definitely
cruel world.
Oh my god. Yeah. So those are my final thoughts. Definitely check these out.
Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much all we got. Thanks for listening. We'll be back when we're back.
Yeah, that's kind of the
that's basically
the schedule now. Is when
we'll try to be more consistent, but don't take our word for anything ever. If you've taken anything from this podcast, just know that we are liars. We're pathological liars.
Dirty liars. And also don't go to universities. Go to your community college because
yeah. But on some dead ass shit, actually, like.
Or just don't be poor.
Just stop. It's no. Okay.
That's obviously a complete joke.
Okay.
Just clarifying.
All right, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.